Greetings. I'm George Boston Rhyme to get to Free Press in Valdosta, Georgia, YouTube, Boston, G.B.R. I want to send out a special thanks to Denise Hunt in Jacksonville, Pharrell Malone in Waycross, and others that commented and gave thumbs up concerning the video that I posted when Bobby Worthy were arrested in Ware County, Georgia by Magistrate Judge Bobby Smith. I want to thank you for your comments. I thank you for having enough courage to watch the video and to stand up for what is right, and above all, for standing up for the very few black men that are willing to say anything today about the suffering people here in the state of Georgia. I know what it's like to stand up and help your people, and then they turn around and call you a suck-egg dog. I know what it's like. I know what it's like to hear Christians say they love Jesus. They'll tell you they praying for you. They'll tell you God gonna work it out. They'll tell you that they can't say that for whatever reason. But I want to thank God for the men who still have 2 balls and a cane. I am happy that a lot of black men have not sold their soul to the devil. They talk about Muhammad, Buddha, the son of Abraham and Yoshabel Moses. They'll talk about the true black Hebrew Israelites, but they won't stand up when they're needed in their own communities. So y'all have a nice day, and I just want to thank the people who have enough God in them. They may not be Christian, Muslim, Jew, Hindu, or others, but they seem to be the best followers of the God that I know than those who spend most of their life in church. That's why I don't care much about you going to church. I really don't. The pastors that I once knew had the highest regard for. When I found out that they didn't have no balls and no cane to lean on to help someone else, then I said to myself, I don't want no part of that religion that make men, women, and children be non-participants and stand on the sideline. I can't be a part of a religion like that no more. And when God illuminated my mind, and I looked at the truth of what I had been doing all those years, offered church as the pastor. But when I came to my senses, and I had my Damascus Road experience. Yeah, I had a Damascus Road experience. And I shook my head. Not only did I not like religion, I don't even like refried beans. Don't give me refried beans. Give me fresh cooked beans, where the nutrients have not been put in the microwave and nuked. So if you're going to give me a religion, save your time. Save your time. See, Apostle Paul, well, not Apostle Paul, Saul, in the volume of sacred law that you say you follow, that man had to fall. And he said his mind was transformed by the renewing of his mind. That's what happened to me. So I used to believe in the white Jesus, the white God, and the white supremacists who said the black man did not have a soul. And I believed that when I was younger. But as I grew older and I reached out to other so-called religions, and I took the good from other religions and intertwined with what I had been taught under the white man theology of Christendom. Every life source, every real life source contains a soul. That's my new understanding of what I was given. That's why I can't pollute the water. That's why I can't kill insects and birds senselessly without seeing me slapping God in his face. You may not understand why the caterpillar is on the earth, but God of creation put everything in order. Everything. And if you can respect the worms, the fish of the sea, the fowls of the air, then you also can respect one another. All this crazy stuff they have planted in our head to make us hate a Democrat. And your mother may be a Democrat. You hate a Republican, and your daddy may be a Republican. Your wife may be a different political party than you, and you hate her, yet you lay in the same bed with her, live in the same house with her, and you got all this hate in you. Your mother, the one who brought you into the world, may be an independent, but you're a Republican, so you hate her. That is a hell of a way to have to live. That's a hell of a way to have to live. I am a retired military veteran of 21 years. I served during the Vietnam era. And when you are in uniform and you have to go fight and defend this country on the battlefield, they leave all racial issues for the most part aside, except for a few. But time you get back to America, you're a nigger again. Now I'm talking from experience today, y'all. See, my 20 years in the Air Force, Marine, Navy, Coast Guard was no different than yours. We all depended on each other. I trained with Army, Marine. We went into the field together as a combined unit, blacks and whites, Puerto Ricans, Hawaiians, and we all did what we were supposed to do to complete the mission. So if I can be willing to die on foreign battlefields for people that don't even look like me, don't even smell like me, because some of the countries they don't believe in washing up and taking a bath, but I'm willing to die for them. And I return to America and I can't stand up for jack nothing. Don't even stand up for my own relatives when they are in trouble and mistreated. I go in the corner somewhere and say, God will work it out. I'm praying for you. Oh, you are? You praying for them? Your mom might be kicked out of her house and you say, I'm praying for y'all, pray for her. She don't need no prayer. You can keep your prayers. What she needs is just $500 to pay her rent to get her back on her feet. That's all she needs. I hear all these people on Facebook talking about how much they're going to pray for this person, pray for that person. Now, I'm from a Christian home, they say. I'm from a praying family. I don't know if anybody could outpray my mama. I watch her and I listen to her send up beautiful prayers to that white Jesus. She was almost 91 years old when she died. And she still was praying for the same thing. I learned through other religions, you don't catch me praying for the same thing over and over again. I don't do that. That's why I don't have much to pray for now. I'm tired of praying the same prayers over and over again, don't see no changes. I wish you all who love Dr. King as I close so much, y'all didn't even know the man. You read about him, but you don't know Dr. King. I doubt if his wife understood him. And he lived like I did, or like I do. He lived like Bobby Worthy. He lived like Tyrone Brooks. He lived like Senator Brown. And others who are willing to stand up for black folk who don't give a damn about the people that fight for them. They didn't care about King. That's why a lot of y'all down him now. Talking about he was wrong. He went about things the wrong way. But if God sent you, Dr. King, to do what he did, and then he snatched him away from you. He gave you John Brown, and then he snatched him away from you. Believe it or not, he gave you J. Edgar Hoover, Governor Wallace, Lester Maddox, Donald Trump, Marcus Garvey, and then God snatched him away from you to try to teach you something. Jesus tried to explain it to these Christians, but many of them are not Christians. Jesus said he came unto his own, and his own received him not. David said, I came unto my own. The one that ate with me and supped with me and dined with me and drank wine from my table hath lifted up his heels against me. Jesus said, a man's enemies or foes would be they of his own household. I could go further, but I'm going to stop there to make my point. I thank Denise Hunt for saying, thank you, Brother Ryan, for the Get To Free Press and reporting what you did. See, I know that the white press is not going to press your issues into the minds of ordinary citizens. I know why, because I understand the Jesus that y'all placate, duplicate, and imitate. That's how I know. Y'all could care less about Jesus. I'm talking about the real Jesus. I'm not talking about that white Jesus that y'all have learned to play with all the time. Because if you ever run across the real Jesus and the real God, you'll understand why Jesus said, God, the Father, if it be your will, let this cup pass from me. Because I've said the same thing. God have allowed me to live this, y'all. I want to stop doing what I've been doing since 1975 and a little bit before for black people and white people and others. Then they call you a suck egg dog. That's right. I know what it's like to go out and help black folk. Then they tell you, you ain't done nothing. I've been doing this for all of my life, adult life. I fought in the military against these wicked ass white folk and Uncle Tom black folk. Yeah. There are things that I went through in the military, I don't even talk about it. I fought like hell in the military to get this little damn paycheck every month. But there's one thing I didn't do. I didn't sell my soul to the devil. And I don't play religion like you do. I used to play religion. I stopped playing religion. And I stopped selling wolf tickets. That's right. God freed me. And when God set you free, man, I'm telling you, people don't understand you when you become free. People told me in 1998 when I stood up at Willie James Williams when he died, ain't you scared somebody gonna kill you? Talking like that? What they didn't know at the age of 14, God told me something. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing now. Our people don't understand it. That's why people talk about Jesus. They don't understand no Jesus. Not the real Jesus. The white Jesus, yes. But not the real Jesus. Y'all don't understand King. You didn't understand Jesse Jackson. I wouldn't know if God had not revealed it to me. I hear people criticizing Jesse Jackson. The man up in age can't hardly walk. He did what God inspired him to do. Just like I'm going to do what God gave me to do. You don't have to agree with me. I could care less about what you say. But it's one thing I heard my grandmother say. And she said this consistently. I'm working not for a crown. Now, she said she's working for a crown. I'm not working for a crown. I'm working to do the will of him that sent me. And if I don't go to heaven, if George Boston Ram don't go to heaven, guess what? It won't matter with me. Ram, you crazy. No, I'm not crazy. If I don't go to heaven, it's because the truth for God and the truth for Jesus know that I didn't walk the truthful walk to be in heaven, and that's why I respect them. If I don't go, he know I'm not worthy to go, and I don't want to be there unless I'm worthy to be there. I said the same thing in the military. I watch people cheat on their tests to make rank. God know I never cheated. They gave me the test and I didn't use it. And God knows I'm telling the truth. My black educators at Washington Street High School taught us to be real. That's why I do what I do. Who would have came in the courtroom like I did yesterday? And y'all can watch this on Facebook, where I was in the courtroom and published what the white news media would not publish. Well, Ron, why did you record it on your camera and the white people wouldn't? That's because I don't serve the white Jesus. I serve the righteous and the holy Jesus. I serve the righteous and the holy God. And that's where the difference come in, man. And you all go understand that. God told Ezekiel, boy, go down into the valley of dry bones and talk to them. You know, people laughing at Ezekiel. Who in the hell? He crazy as hell. But Ezekiel knew that the hand of the Lord was upon him. And he couldn't do nothing but what God told him. If y'all really understand Jesus in the first few chapters of Matthew, where Jesus went into the wilderness for 40 days and 40 nights. Y'all think Jesus just ran down into the wilderness to fight the devil like he's some kind of high, mighty person. No. Only a fool would do that. The book says the Spirit of the Lord led him into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. That's what Matthew said. Mark was more explicit. Mark said Jesus was driven into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. That's why I don't fall for the games people play. When you are on the road, as Isaiah 35:8 say, a highway shall be there, and it shall be for those the wayfaring men, and fools shall not err therein. When you set foot on that road, you're going to catch hell down that road. But it's well worth the journey. Man, I mean, it means something to be free. When I was in the courtroom, the white news media didn't even show up. But he sent out the call to the press conference. Just like in all these other 30 to 40 cities across the state of Georgia that I've been into over these many years since 2010. With the Quitman 10 plus 2. And Rachel Maddow from MSNBC did a couple bites on them, but ain't nobody in the United States of America in the world covered the Quitman 10, nor all these voting rights impediments and suppression and removing blacks from office like I have done by the grace of God, and ain't none of the credit due to me. Because I didn't do it. But the hand of the Lord was upon me. And like it carried Ezekiel out. And like it carried Noah in the opposite direction. But in the end, Noah ended up going where God wanted him to do. But he wanted to leave that on record. So God so ordained it to that Jonah would go into a different direction. So that would be a lesson to us today. Ecclesiastes 8:8 says, no man hath power over the spirit to contain the spirit. So if the Spirit of God lives within you, you can see devils talking. Y'all excuse me. I got somebody coming. I'm live. I got to go now. Look here. Y'all have a nice day. Bye-bye.